Welcome to Onshape for Makers, where we learn to make Onshape models to take to the shop to build stuff. This isn't really an engineering course. This is about guys that have been using a yellow pad that are moving into the electronic world with the iPad. Tonight we're going to look at a counterbore in the bottom of this curved surface. The part itself is tedious to build or simple to build depending on how you start. We're going to take just a minute before we start, and I want to show you a couple of options. This part, if you look at the components, has got a vertical rectangle, a horizontal rectangle, a little bit of a curved bay at the bottom, and a diagonal, and that pretty much covers the whole part. So if we're careful, we can build it without any elaborate work. As far as these counterbores go, you can draw shapes and do revolves and removes. You can do concentric circles and do double extrude removes, or you can use the hole tool. Tonight we're going to use the hole tool. It's just a whole lot easier. So we're going to do a rectangle, a little rectangle in the corner, going to draw a diagonal, and then we're going to extrude this part out 60, extrude this flange out 7, poke a hole in it. We're going to poke 2 holes from the bottom using a parallel plane off of this plane down here so we can come from the bottom. If you'll notice, the counterbore is dimensioned as material remaining, not depth of the shoulder. So we have to start at a given depth and go up with a little math to hit the right number. But because of the curved surface, you can't do it with Onshape in the normal mode. You have to do it a little different. So here we go. Starting with this, we'll walk through it. I'm going to grab the history bar. They call it the rollback bar. You might want to call it the wayback bar. The first sketch we draw looks like this. Down over the angle, this is the flange at the back. When we get that drawn, we will go down, do the extrude for the first one, do the extrude for the second one. Oh, by the way, if you forget something, you can move the wayback bar anywhere you want to and then go insert whatever geometry you need and then pull the bar back down and it will continue on, because Onshapes are built, they're models as a script, and each one of these things is a line in the script literally. This hole is put in with the hole tool here, and then we are going to add a plane that is offset from this 25 millimeters. We're going to do a sketch, and the sketch is going to be based on the top. We're going to take this top perimeter, go down here, go over to this dimension, which is 40 and 60 over and 20 back from the edge. So this will be 20, this will be 40, and then this will be an additional 60. And then we'll flip it up this way, and when we do the hole, we will do the hole not starting from the part, but starting from the surface we define it on, a known depth, and that will end up with our 5 millimeters of material. The last part is the little fillet on the corner, and that makes a complete part. Okay, let's see if we can do one. Go to Create Studio. In the hamburger menu in the corner, workspace units, millimeters for length, grams for mechanical mass, green check mark, highlight the front, do a sketch, N for normal, and here we go. We're going to go to the corner rectangle, click, pull up a little bit. This is, see, it's already highlighted for auto input, so that's 20. Hit enter and it will come up to the second dimension. The second dimension is 55. Now we're going to catch the point because we're still in rectangle mode. Pull out a little bit. This dimension is 155 and this dimension is 9. And that gives us everything but this curve. To get the curve, we're going to come up here and we're going to take 3-point arc, select one end, select the other end, and then just come down. All you want is direction here. You don't really want a number because it's going to ask you for the radius. And the radius is 560. Now we need the one little notch in the corner, so we will go back to the corner rectangle, click, drag. The notch is 15 in the X direction and 10 in the Y direction. And then we will go to the line tool, select the upper corner, the lower corner, and that finishes the sketch. We're ready to extrude. Green check mark, extrude. We're going to take this, that, and that, and we're going to go out 60. And that gets half of it. Now when you extrude, it turns off your sketch, so you have to turn your sketch back on. Go to extrude, select the back. The magic number here is 7. And that is almost all of the part. Now this radius I'm going to leave until the last because I need that corner next. So I'm going to make a plane parallel to this plane, and the easy way in Onshape, because it's really smart, I want to highlight that surface and then go to the plane command, and it will automatically guess I want to offset. Now it guessed it in the wrong direction because the arrow's pointing up, so I'll point the arrow down. It's at 25. We'll do a check mark, and now we have plane 1, which is down here 25 below this. We want a counterbore that comes within 5 of this, so we need a counterbore that is 20 deep. We are going to start on plane 1, do a sketch, come up here and do a use or project or convert entity, depending on what system you come from. And we get this boundary projected on this plane down here. Then we'll go back to the corner rectangle and we'll select this here, which is construction lines. Click the corner, go up and over just a little bit, and it will put auto dimension in right here in the bottom. And that auto dimension is 40. And the other dimension for height is 20. And that will be one of the holes we need. Now we will simply make another rectangle starting on the corner, pull it over, come down and click any amount, and it will put auto dimension in, and that number is 60. Green check mark, and what now we have, if you turn your part upside down and go normal to that, you have the 2 points for your counterbore. We're going to select the hole tool. We're going to select counterbore. We're going to come to this menu. Normally we use start from part, but we're going to start from sketch plane tonight. We're going to go 20 millimeter hole, 30 millimeter counterbore, and 20 millimeters deep because it's 25 to the top and we want 5 left. So we simply click once there, click once there, do a check mark, do a Shift P as in Paul to get rid of all of the construction geometry, and let's check it. In the bottom right hand corner there's show measured details, and we're going to select that, highlight this face, and then we're going to turn it out and we're going to highlight that face. And if you look, it comes up on measure and it says parallel distance is 5 millimeters, so we got it right. To get rid of your highlights you had here, just hit space bar. If you ever highlight anything you don't want, hit space bar and they'll all go away. Now what we need the counterbore that goes here. And the counterbore that goes here is 26 through 34 counterbore, 6 deep. 26, 34, and 6. So we'll go to the hole tool. We'll do 26, 34, and 6. And we don't have a sketch, but hey, we don't need a sketch. We can use the mate connector and get it to catch the corner of the plate. From the corner of the plate, you'll notice it's 22 down and 30 over. So we can come over to the mate connector, click on it, and it gives us the ability to do a move delta. So we can do a 30 over, a 22 down, and a green check mark, and we have that hole with no sketch. The advantage of doing that, engineering originally dimensioned this hole off of this corner, so as long as we are off of the same corner, if this part width changes, these dimensions will never move again. So we have a lot less maintenance if we need to make a quick mod on a part. The only thing we like finishing is going up to fillet, select the corner, green check mark, and we have completed the part. Hope you enjoyed it. Talk to y'all later.